The speed at which technology continues to develop is driving change across the workforce. With evolving expectations and a heightened focus on well-being and social responsibility, the human side of business has become increasingly important.
The generation of employee who thought hard work and loyalty led to a gold watch and retirement have been out of the workforce for 10 to 20 years. The generation today is not as loyal, and any hint of loyal was completely destroyed by COVID, hybrid work, working from home. The worker today really just wants to be understood. They want flexibility, independence, and a seat at the table.
Technology advancements have made remote work and hybrid work a reality. Employers are tapping into these new capabilities to have access to expanded talent pools. This is particularly important when they need either specialized skills or they need fractional skills from the marketplace. On the employee side, we've seen this constant evolution towards an expectation for autonomy and flexibility and professional development. As a result, there's been this dramatic shift in the value exchange between employers and employees. And what used to be a tug of war was all about who has the power, who has the leverage. Instead, what we're seeing now emerge is this sense of a relationship more focused on partnership.
Many organizations are struggling to keep up with shifting employee demands. As the stakes get higher, HR teams are looking for ways to adapt and evolve.
The biggest challenge that HR teams are facing today is just the overwhelming amount of change that's happening inside the workplace. And historically, the average HR team is underfunded, understaffed, and underappreciated. Their systems and their processes are often outdated. And while the amount of investment in HR technology has been increasing, it pales in comparison to research and development, sales and marketing, information technology, and other types of investment that companies typically make. One of the main challenges taking place across the business landscape is just the sheer amount of technology and change that needs to be absorbed. At the same time, with the workforce, we really have a hard time when it comes to attracting, retaining, engaging, and upskilling employees. Another major challenge is trying to figure out how do we introduce resilience in the form of our supply chains and things like cybersecurity.
A multifaceted approach that goes beyond technology is needed to solve these issues and break through the rising pressures facing the business environment.
There's a need to combine technologies, including behavioral science, AI, and human expertise, because there are limitations to the use of only one assessment in trying to understand the whole human being. So the behavioral science is really the map. The expert human is really the guide along that map. And then AI is that GPS that is able to calculate in real time all of the different pieces and components. So together they offer a more smarter, more agile, and even scalable understanding of human beings. Predictive Index uses behavioral data to maximize relationships in the workplace. It's really about understanding people deeply and how they're hardwired so that we can build greater relationships at work. So it includes self-awareness, but then it also helps coworkers build empathy for one another. And then it also supports growth and retention. So PI uses behavioral data not to put a label on someone, but really to create this shared language and understanding.
By integrating behavioral science to mitigate potential issues, this innovative transformation not only modernizes behavioral science, but also expands its application within a business framework.
What we've done is we've utilized it to say, here's the ideal profile for each position that we're hiring for. And then it gives us the data to know if the behaviors of the candidate will align with that properly. And having those on the front end and understanding what kind of behaviors the individuals are going to demonstrate in that role gives us a higher predictability about their success and their potential to meet the needs we have for each position.
It's also taking it from gut decision making to science-backed data, which can obviously minimize bias. If you think about from an M&A standpoint or from a transformational change, it can give you some of those insights on the front end. So it's really not just who are we going to hire, it's how are we going to build the team, the leadership, the culture that we want to achieve business results.
With the tools and scientific insights needed to cut through the complexities and optimize talent, HR leaders are equipped to build stronger teams, improve communication, and keep employees engaged.
We're using those analytics and those predictive behaviors to make sure that we understand what our pipeline of future leadership looks like as an organization.
Not many companies in the HR technology space focus on pre-hire candidate selection as well as post-hire employee development. We do this by keeping the employee at the center of our equation, and that's because of our behavioral tools, where we understand what drives people's core behaviors and we understand their needs.
When organizations put people first, they don't just survive change, they thrive through it, creating environments where top talent wants to stay and grow.
Whether the CEO knows it or not, most CEOs are the chief cultural officer. HR leaders have to try and get CEOs to embrace this role. In order to do that, they need buy-in, and they get buy-in through strategic people data. We are certainly trying to get people to enjoy their work more, not only because it makes more productive employees, but because they don't get de-energized by the work and what they do. So we send them home to be better spouses, siblings, neighbors, and build better communities. So better work creates a better world.
True business success is powered by people. A workforce environment where engagement, development, and job fit are prioritized results in more satisfied and motivated employees across the workforce.